So today we're off on a bit of an adventure. Ted, as you know, is waiting for a hospital visit for an operation. So renovation work has slowed down a little bit. Now we've been told by friends of ours, Mark and Mandy from Renovation channel, about a derelict chateau just literally 10 minutes down the road from us. It's a chateau with quite a sad story, so we're going to go down and take a look at it and give you a bit of the history. They say that they think the ivy is the only thing that's holding it up.
Holding it up, it's very surprising if it...
Oh, isn't that a shame?
Did you wanna... Well, you can't, you have to park up here. And can you walk across the field? The gates are not locked, but it looks like somebody's living there, doesn't it?
I was going to say, that house doesn't
Look too bad. Why don't you park it here? You going?
Okay, let's go take a look.
There's a shot of the property in the background. I think if we walk up here, I wonder if a certain man from Escape to Rural France would fancy taking this one on after he's done Marmol. It's a huge operation at the back there. And the water, look.
Oh, look at that.
Well, unless we go up that way, unless we go up the road, up that road.
What, through the gate?
Yeah. Not with the car, but just walking up there, you know, if we meet anybody, we'll just say there's a leaf.
Okay, so that was short-winded. We was walking up the field on the way up to the chateau to try and find a way over to it when a gentleman pulled up in the car, came up the field and basically told us to get out.
I've been thrown out of better places than this, mate.
So we won't be getting to see the inside of that. The shame of it is there's a really sad story to this. So the chateau was built in 1865 by Jean-Baptiste. He came from a very poor background. Both his parents were illiterate. We know that because on his birth certificate they signed it with X's. And but he came up in the world to become a landowner and then built the chateau. And it was on 150 hectares with a large farming estate attached to it. He died the year after it was built, and he didn't have any descendants. He only had a nephew who then inherited the chateau and the estate. The nephew, also called Jean-Baptiste, married twice but didn't get any descendants from those two marriages. So after he died, it literally went to the commune, and the commune did nothing with it. So it started to go into disrepair. It was then bought in the 1900s, late 1900s, by somebody who literally wanted it for the materials they could get from it to build their own house in Saint-Sulpice-le-Feuille, which is about 10 minutes the other way. And that person literally just looted the building to take out any of the gargoyles, the stones, the wood, anything that was worth taking for him to build his house. So the chateau itself just started to go into disrepair. After he'd had his way with it, it was then bought a couple of times after that by people who just wanted to use the land for farming. And the chateau just started to decay. And now it literally looks like it's being held up by the ivy. And it's such a shame because of what it was, how beautiful the chateau was, the architect in it. And yeah, it's obvious that it is completely beyond disrepair, beyond repair. I don't think it is possible to renovate that in any shape or form. I think even Dan Preston from Escape to Rural France would have a problem with this one. But so we're going to go off now to another chateau, which is about another 30 minutes away the other way, and I'll tell you a bit more about that one when we get there. See you soon.
Oh, it should be alright. There you go. Just keep on the road. Oh, there you go.
There is no road.
Right.
Wow. Look at this.
Take that. You want to take the camera? It's running.
Oh my goodness.
It's running. Are you excited?
Oh my God, look at that door. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Look at this. My God. Now this is what you call a chateau ruin. I'm so excited.
I don't really think you can get anywhere else. I think, you know, it's because obviously they're worried about it, and if you hurt yourself. But it's an amazing place.
Wow.
You can just imagine how big it was.
How tall it is.
You want that thing on your app? You want that? There's, if anybody out there can tell me of an app where you can get the height of something off, you know, your blower or something like that. How do you measure the height of something like that?
That is amazing.
Because I think that's silly little things like that interest me. But look how beautiful that is, and you wonder why this area
Has
hasn't
stayed,
collapsed,
yeah.
whereas that has collapsed. And how old is this? We don't know.
Oh look, they've got air light. Exactly same light as us.
Yeah, yeah. And no, you can't nick it. What a find.
What a find.
Pretty brilliant.
I know I'm not supposed to, because it's terrible, isn't it? Because you get a sign like this and all it does is makes you want to go in and have a look. So I think we're going to cross it.
Like
I really don't know if on the camera you can, the extent of the magnitude of the height of this place and how it just demands attention. It's just magnificent. I'm literally, I feel quite overwhelmed.
It's so square.
Yeah.
It's so amazingly built.
Oh, this is just.
Just don't get close to the wall. Just in case.
I would love to go in this place.
Have you seen? Like, this is the thing, that one thing I'll just say is that people don't understand. When we say about our place that we have maybe 2 foot thick walls, so 600mm walls, 60 centimeters. These are 4 feet, 120, so they're double the size. These walls here.
So this is Chateau de Montaigu-le-Blanc. It's in Le Creuse, and it gave us so many questions when we were looking around it. So whilst we take a look around it, let me tell you what we found out when we came home. It was first built as a fortified wooden palace in the 11th century. But it was not until the 14th century that the castle was then rebuilt with stone by Jean de Brachet. He was the first Lord of Montaigu. Now, he actually built it as a halt for merchants and a refuge for peasants, victims of the insecurity of the countryside of the Middle Ages. Now, after his demise, there was quite a few different counts and lords that took on the property. But in 1732, it was reported to be abandoned and uninhabitable, and it stayed that way for 300 years. Now, the northwestern part, the seigneurial dwelling, has now been restored, and that was why it was quite confusing that one side of the building seemed in very good condition, whilst the other side was ruins. But in 1989, the castle was saved when the premises was bought by a couple who, despite a request of financial assistance from the state, which was refused, they went into debt and bankruptcy to try to renovate the house. It has been listed as a historical monument since 1926. Now, this is a plan of what it would have looked like back when it was built in the 14th century with the 4 towers, and you can see that the seigneurial dwelling, the main castle part, was obviously for the lord and the family, and to the right hand side was the areas for the servants. Now, to answer Ted's questions about how tall it is, its summit rises to 20 metres. Now, this is a picture of the terrace on the top of the building after it had been restored. Now, we said about you being able to see for miles, and that is because it's built at an altitude of over 500 metres.
How far do you reckon that is? Again,
Miles.
I want to know how far that is. Right at the one I can see, and I haven't even got my glasses on.
So this would have been a fortified, what you'd call a fortified castle,
completely
wouldn't it?
and utterly. This is, you know, that down there. This is the thing. This is built so high up, and this, you know, any marauding hordes would just muller them.
Yeah.
Trying to come up here. I don't know where we are. Let's have a look at the compass, because that's always interesting.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, but that is just, I'll come around the back of the building and just the back of it, the sheer height. Wow. I can't go any further out because there's just a big drop all the way around the castle. And just as I turned that corner and saw the back of this building, it just, it's amazing. It's really sad that this history just is left to crumble. Really sad. I've just sent Ted round the back of the building to see if it has the same effect on him. See what happens when he comes back. How did you feel coming around that back part?
It's terrifying. It's just, it's extraordinary, the magnitude of it. That's the thing. It's like, it transports you back, doesn't it? It transports you, you know, you just think to yourself, well, these places it's a bit scary. It's a bit scary, but it's just beautiful. I'd like to go inside, but look at those up there. It's 20 meters high, so that's 60 plus feet up in there. It's as high as our house is long. It is bonkers, isn't it? Oh,
Can you see the top of that tower there?
I know.
And it sees, you can see the original. I don't know if you get a close-up picture of that.
But it's
So it was now time for us to say goodbye to Chateau Montaigu-le-Blanc. It was an amazing place and we are so glad we come across it. It was time now to head to our last destination, Brier, on the edge of Le Souterrain.
yeah, we'll start. Yeah.
So we're now at Brier Castle, which is in La Souterrain. It's again 10 minutes away from us, and this place dates from the 10th century. Absolutely
997.
amazing.
It was built in 997, between 997 and 1018.
20 years to build.
20 years to build, and there's only the big tower that's really left. There's some ruins, the rest of it, but we'll go and have a look, shall we?
Let's go take a look.
It's extraordinary. And what I always fascinates me, that some of the huge stones that are so high up, that you think 1,000 years ago they would have, how would they got them up there? Ropes. And you can go in this place, but it's only open July and August. And I think for the grand sum of €2, you can have a look around inside. We've never done it, and we needed to do it.
So these are the remains of what would have been living accommodation. You can tell that because there's an old fireplace behind me and the old well. What I wanted to see was whether there was any remains of any bread ovens like the one I'm working on at the moment. So we'll keep exploring.
I think I found what you're looking for.
Oh wow.
It is a bread oven because I've had a look inside, although it is so dark. It is definitely, yeah, it's definitely curved. It goes out like that.
It's huge.
It is enormous, isn't it? I'd like to see the top of it actually.
Yeah.
Here, look. So this is the top. There's this sort of circular structure at the back here,
yeah.
which is obviously the back of the Reno.
It's huge.
But what? I'm not sure why these would have just been randomly. Were they randomly chucked on here? I don't know.
So this is the remnants of another tower. I think there's 4 in total of the towers, 3 of them ruins, and then you've got the 1 tower remaining. So it makes me wonder, does this date the ruins from the 1600s when Cardinal Richelieu demolished the other towers and left just 1 remaining? It's something we need to look into, really, like our one.
And this again gives you indication as to the structure, because if you look at the wall,
Look how thick that
the wall
is.
is extraordinarily thick, as Lisa says. And this, yeah. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that. It's a nice little trip out for the morning, and hopefully we've taken some suggestions on board for people doing videos. So we thought we'd show you a little bit of the countryside and a little bit of the most wonderful, wonderful buildings that surround our property.
And it just goes to show there is so much here to see. All these places we've been to today within 10 minutes of our chateau, and it's free. And it's just an amazing piece of history that it's just spectacular, really, isn't it?
I think it's fantastic. It reinvigorates your love for the region and everything about it.
And for the buildings.
And the fact that we're here, yeah.
Anyway, see you all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
It doesn't cost a thing.
No.
Or
Well,
lack of.
maybe a little bit.
We'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone for your amazing support this last week. But a big thank you goes out to the Buy Me a Coffee people, Catherine de Groot,
Jeff Harris,
Miriam Taylor,
Pat Reynolds,
Hilary and Keith,
Jane Carolan,
Hilary Whiston,
Alexander Luke Elleridge,
Eva Lena Eriksson,
Alice Lawless,
Paul Bombardier,
Irene Maynard,
Jane Wiseman,
Bobby Sue,
Linda Lane,
Linda and Derek,
Richard Ellison,
Suzanne Johns,
Nicolette Jakovic,
Caroline,
and our wonderful Carsten.
Carsten, you bad man, but we'll see you Saturday.
And a big thank you to our new patrons and members, and welcome to the Montmagna team. Jeff Harris,
Hilary and Keith,
Bobby Sue,
Jose Elizabeth,
V,
and Tambra Carswell.
welcome to the team, guys. Hope you enjoyed all the extra footage. If you'd like to buy us a coffee and leave a tip, see the link in the description. And if you'd like to become a patron and see all the behind the scenes extra footage and Zoom chats with me and Ted, who could want any more? The link is in the description. We'll see you all soon, guys.
Take care. Bye for now.